So during the slow hours is when like I'll edit videos or, you know, do this. So I'm like in the shop doing this. I'm like, hi, hold on one second. I'll be right there with you. I'm like sharpening a knife. People like freaking out.
In a world without imagination, run by fear, the bladeless wasteland of New York City, where creativity means death and complacency means life. One man's quest for the raddest, righteous, and baddest blade ever known to man. A knife so bitchin', it has a zero tolerance for the bladeless. Only one man can find the 0900 and save the universe. That man is EDC. With an all-star cast not including famous knife designer Lace the George, Nick Shabazz, Birdshot 4, Prepared Mind 101. We all juggle knives. Fun with knives. JT's Knife Life. Love them knives. Jimmy Slash. EDC with Aaron. Stassa 23. And the Irishman of the knife community, Patty's Potato Peelings. This is a YouTube exclusive and not coming to a theater near you. Rated S for Slice.
Yo, what's good, everybody? I've got tier 1 gear reviews on the podcast tonight. What's up, bro?
What's up?
What's up, man? I've been trying to get you on for a little bit. So much so, actually, that I went after your homie, Shoe Monster Tech, and he did it before you.
Yeah. Hey, he's a good guy. He told me, he was like, yeah, he's trying to get a hold of you now. I was like, man, I might as well hit him back. But yeah, I kind of got busy that last week and then completely
Yeah, I totally understand, man. You know, things happen. The reason why I wanted you to hop on here is one, like, first of all, like we are part of the Apex Fast Around group. I try to link up with homies from there, like as much as I can. And I like your channel, you know, like the criteria for me to invite someone on, whether they're starting out or they're like, you know, huge or whatever, is like just the consistency, like how much work they're putting in, creating their content on their channels, on Instagram. And you're definitely putting in the work. And I'm an admirer of that, you know, because I'm doing the same thing. And how did you get started with YouTube? Like, how did you start making videos?
Well, honestly, you know, I've watched knife channels for quite a while now. I did not realize the community was, you know, this awesome. I did not realize a lot of people were connected in the community. I thought it was just a knife channel, you know, but, you know, as it turns out, pretty much everybody knows each other and it's an awesome thing. You know, I'm glad to be a part of it, but, you know, it was kind of just a last minute thing. I just buy knives all the time anyway. So I was like, well, shit, might as well just start filming them. And it kind of took me a little while to get used to talking to a camera. I'm still not completely 100% at that, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's just been a learning process, kind of, learning as I go, I guess you could say.
Yeah, dude, I'm still learning right now. I've had my channel up for, I thought I had my channel up for 4 years. It's kind of all been a blur, but it says 3 years. Like I looked it up. I was like, what the hell? I thought it was 4 years in. But everyone kind of finds their own way of doing things. And like my channel is always constantly evolving. Like, um,
Yeah.
and you definitely got this very chill vibe about yours. You know what I mean? I could tell by like the tone of your voice, like how you're talking about the knives, very quick and snappy too. You know, a
Yeah.
few small edits here and there, but very precise in what you say. You know what I mean? Which I like. You know,
I appreciate it. Yeah.
how did you get down that formula? Like, are you just by chance do like 4-minute vids?
Yeah, well, my first couple videos were they were complete shit. Like I said, I was kind of learning as I go. But, here lately, I've kind of been starting to get more into the editing side of it. And, correcting my mistakes is something that, I'm pretty bad about it. I'm OCD all the way. So, if I record something and I might say one word twice or something, yeah, I'll go back and I'll edit all that out.
Wow.
I've kind of gotten a little bit more used to just letting things slide, but my OCD kicks in on the editing, and man, sometimes I just go a little too much. But a lot of people aren't really there to see me; they're more there to see the knives. So
It's
I
both,
try to
I
let
think.
stuff like that slide.
I think it's both, you know what I mean? Because even though we're all reviewing like similar gear, I mean, we're all part of Apex, a lot of the people I have on here, um, we're still telling the story or the review in a different way, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's what people like, man. And if they didn't, like they wouldn't watch another review on a knife they watched, before from
yeah,
someone else, but they do all the time. That's just what they do, right? And
yeah. And that's crazy, because I'm still, of course, new to it and all. But the thing is, I see all these guys coming back and commenting on, the same knife, 20 different times. But I don't know. It's just a cool thing. It's the support that the community has. It's just unreal. I didn't think I would find, you know, this community, I guess you could say, once I started. But it's just been an awesome thing.
yeah, I sort of fell into it, accidentally, like searching for tactical bags. Like I wanted a bag where I could like have tech gear in it. I'm still I'm not as much of a tech head anymore because I can't fucking afford it with the knives too. Like it's just not gonna work. But I wanted a bag that had like mole on the inside that I could
Mhm.
like put wires in for my chargers, like the various, like whatever. I carry 2 phones a day, like, one for multimedia, one for just, doing the updates and things like that. So I just wanted something that could handle all that. And I found Prepared Mind 101 reviewing a wrapped on tactical bag. And then I was like, oh shit, this is only $40. Like, let me try it. And then I was like, yo, he reviews like pocket knives, like folding knives, or what the fuck? Because I've never dove into that world before. I always thought that like all knives were the same. And I would always buy the M-Techs and all that, like the craziest looking ones, that have like shit action and shit steel that's gonna like break really quick. And it was like less than $20 or like $20 on Amazon or something. And
Zombie
then
hunters.
yeah, that's what I was buying. And then the more I got into it, I kind of like understand it a little more now. I'm not as spec heavy as most people. Actually, I was watching your videos today and I was like, damn, yo, he goes into it more than what I say. Like, I don't
Yep.
like, I forget to do like size comparisons. I forget to say this runs on bearings. I forget all this stuff and I'm just being silly. And that's like my favorite thing to do right now. But like I was saying before, everyone does their own thing differently.
Yeah,
Um,
that's awesome to see for me. I not so much that I like to copy people, but I love seeing other ways people do things and then trying to take it and make it my own. It's
yes,
just
that's great.
that's one thing, you know, at first, you know, I was slow to speak. I was camera shy basically, you know, and nobody was watching, of course. But the thing was, I could not make the words come out of my mouth. And honestly, doing the videos has helped me with that a lot, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah, I feel like
Especially,
it's made me a better speaker. Like even you know, I mean, I work at A-List CBD, which is a CBD shop my family owns. Shout out to A-List CBD. But I feel like doing podcasting and making like reviews and unboxings and things like made me better at talking to people because I'm like used to using all these words. So
you know,
yeah, you know, I mean, um,
makes us articulate.
yeah, yeah, no, for real. It really does. Like I think that is just like a positive side effect of doing YouTube videos is you become like this like better speaker than like the average person because you're talking all the time, right? So it's like it's really cool. How often do you post a week? Like I was looking at your upload rate. Is it like maybe like 3 times a week, I'd say, or
I try to post one at least every 3 days. You know,
Mhm.
sometimes I'll post more. You know, I have plenty of knives to do so, but you know, I really, you know, I try to squeeze it in whenever I can. Basically, you know, I'm still kind of getting everything set up as far as my lighting and all that goes. So I think once I get all that taken care of, I'll probably post a little bit more.
Yeah. Are you using natural light? Is that like your thing right now, or do you actually have lights?
Yeah, well, yeah, I have a couple little lights. I have like the ring lights and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
you know, Dirk Warning actually shared a few different things with me the other day that he bought for himself. And he has, you know, his videos are great quality. You know, there's no glare on the satin blades or anything like that.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm trying to actually get some of that now to, you know, try and make things a little bit better, you know. But the natural light has kind of worked for me so far.
Yeah.
But, you know, we have so many hours a day to, you know, if I feel like making a video at midnight, then I'm screwed, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. When do you tend to make your videos? What time of the day usually?
Usually around lunchtime.
I
So
see.
about
Yep.
1 o'clock.
I usually
That's
um I usually do mine in the morning, like as soon as I you know, like before I head out for work. That's usually really the only time because Monday to Friday is when I try to schedule all these podcasts. Like actually what's
yeah.
crazy is I used to get burnt out at this point. So what used to happen with the podcasting and the videos is they would get to a point where like I podcasted all week, like once a night, which I did this week actually.
Oh,
Like Monday
wow.
I had yeah, I had Metal Complex. I had a guy from Fall Raven, you know, that outdoor company. He works at the
Oh,
retail
yeah.
space here in New York City. They sell like James brand, Essie's, Moras, and all that stuff. So we talked about that and like what it's like working through COVID and all that, right? And then I've got you tonight. I have another podcast on Sunday, which I do for my Patreon with Kelly. And like, I mean, that's dude, that's like almost 2 hours like each, like maybe. And usually I get burnt out, but I think I've gotten like my groove going right now. And I was pretty hyped to get back and talk to you today, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, me too, man. I've been looking forward to it since we talked about it, actually. You know, the thing is, I try to keep up a certain pace, you know, as far as posting goes, but sometimes it just kind of works out, you know, whenever I have time at the moment, you know.
Mhm.
I, I have no shortage of knives to review, that's for sure, but, you know, I guess it's just my schedule, you know.
Yeah.
My kids are in school during the day and stuff like that. So, you know, usually that's when I have my time to be able to do my things, you know. But I tell you what, I'm constantly flipping one though.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what I'm doing, I constantly have one in my hand. It's
What is
just,
that? A Manix 2?
yeah, this is the S.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah,
I
the
did
old,
I had a broken tipped Para 3 lightweight, and
oh, wow.
I think I did a pretty shit job still. Like I resharpened it today, but I like snubbed the nose. You know what I mean? You know when you do that, when you like go in too much, and I was using a KME and because it was completely chopped off, my
Yeah,
homie lefty EDC must have dropped it or chipped it, and then I didn't have a lot of time because I'm like you know, I'm at A-List CBD. That's where my sharpener is. Because most of the time I'm
Yeah.
there. Monday through Saturday, I'm there. Monday through Friday, I'm there 12 to 8. And then on Saturday, I'm 12 to 6:30. So like all my time is there. So during the slow hours is when like I'll edit videos or, you know, do this. So I'm like in the shop doing this. I'm like, hi, hold on one second. I'll be right there with you. I'm like sharpening a knife. People like freaking out. But yeah, so I kind of like rounded it out. Like there's definitely a tip now, but yeah, I'm pretty happy that I knew what that knife was because for a second I was like, is that the Mannix too?
Yeah, man, I tell you what, I did that one time. I just got my work sharp and I was
Yeah.
still trying to figure out. And of course, I used one of my favorite fixed blades. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna sharpen this bad boy. Bang, right across. It
Yeah.
has no tip on it whatsoever now.
Oh, is that the that's the grinder one, right? That you could freehand if you
Yes,
want. I have that. I have that one too. It's pretty crazy.
yeah,
It's pretty
it
crazy.
it will burn up a knife quick if you're not careful.
Yes. 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 I've had a lot of like I sharpen it too much and then it'll get like rounded out. I'm like, no. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or like it'll be really sharp, but it like took too much off, so it looks kind of funny. You know what I mean, right? Yeah, dude.
exactly. You
I'm
know,
yeah.
I've actually, here in like the past year, I've actually gotten to where I'm starting to use more ceramics. And man, I tell you what, I've gotten to where I can put a sick edge on a blade. And, pretty much all the
Freehand?
knives that come in, except for like like the Apex knives, anything from a company or manufacturer, I don't touch those.
Yeah.
But, if somebody loans me a knife and it comes in and it's dull, I'll put a a pretty
Yeah.
stick edge on it for it.
Are you using
It's
freehand or
yes. Right now I'm
wow.
freehanding, and I have an awesome set of ceramic rods that I use, and there's actually three different types. There's a real fine one, of course, and man, I paid a pretty good amount of money for them, for being ceramic rods. But I tell you what, they just I've
Yeah.
never seen sharp until I started using these ceramic rods. Like
Have,
I thought I knew what sharp was.
yeah. Damn.
Now,
Have you been
now it's
checking
just
out Jared from Neves Knives? He's been super into sharpening lately.
yes,
Um
yes. He's really good at it. He's
I
really good.
I'm this is the second time I've talked about this, but like but people won't hear about it until it's out, I guess.
Yeah.
I had this guy Blade Chops. I don't know if you've ever checked him out on Instagram. So I had him on my podcast last week,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was like, I had this like while we were doing the podcast, I had this crazy idea. And I was like, bro, would you be down if I sent you a knife, you did your chop thing on the blade and the scales, and then you'll ship it off. And while you're doing that, you're gonna create content for it, right? Then you send it off to Richie and Lindy Lou
Mm-hmm.
to get a wash or whatever they want to do on the blade, to anode the titanium scale, and then the last part of it goes to Jared at Neves Knives. He's gonna put an edge on it, and then we'll have a mega like podcast of all of us together, and we're gonna talk about each thing along the way. And
Be
I
awesome.
set it up, bro. I already sent the knife out. Everyone agreed to it, so it's gonna
It's
be
gonna be
crazy.
awesome.
It's a ZT 0450 CF, and it's gonna be so insane. Like I'm so hyped for it. Um,
Man,
yeah, a
I
lot.
can't
That's
wait to
like,
see that.
yeah, I think it's gonna be cool. And I was watching like some of Jared's videos, and I'm like, damn, dude, this guy got so good at this. Like, what the fuck? He's like doing
Yeah.
like drawings on a notepad. Like, yeah, imagine this is your edge right here. And I'm like, when did this happen? You know?
Yep. Yeah. I've actually watched quite a few of his sharpening videos, man. He has his own little technique, and he does it well. And
Yeah.
that's one thing that got me. I tried doing it other people's ways and trying this. They're like, oh well, do it this way, and I'll try it. And then it never worked out for me. So I was like, okay, let me just reset. Let me figure out what works for me. And
Yeah.
yeah, I tell you what, now all my knives are just razors, every one of them.
Wow. How long does it take normally? Let's say like you have an S35EN blade, 3-inch. How long would that take you to put an edge on that?
5 minutes
Five
tops.
minutes.
5 minutes.
Like what degrees do you usually put it on? Like
20.
20. Yeah, that's usually what I do. That's the most like kind of like all around one.
Yeah.
Since I'm mostly cutting cardboard, you know, I'm like, let's just go with 20.
Yeah. If I was sharpening something, big like this, I'd
Yeah.
probably do a little bit less,
Dude, what
something
is that?
that's the Milgard Messer Viking.
Oh, is that from the group?
Yes. Yes. This belongs to Kyle Lampier.
Yeah.
Yep.
Holy crap, that looks so badass.
Dude, it is a guillotine. Like, I mean,
Oh my
I think
god,
it will remove a finger.
bro. Yo, that looks so crazy. Yeah, I was like gonna opt for it, right? But like I'm so broke that he was like, oh, you gotta put insurance on this. And I was like, man, I don't know if I should get it. I did join the Paragon Warlock one because I've always wanted to check that out. I used to watch Lugermonger and he would do all this fucking Paragon Warlock stuff, and I was like, I have to try that, you know. How did you get into the Apex Pass Round group? Did Blade Banner just all of a sudden approach you, or like how did that start?
I had heard it mentioned once or twice, and I'm of course I was curious, so I started looking at it, and I've been on the Blade forums for a really long time, and just started reading, and eventually, turns out I was already following David on YouTube, and so I finally just reached out to him. I was like, look, hey, what do I need to do to get in on this? I'm like, look, shipping's not a problem. If I get 20 knives at a time, shipping's not a problem. I said, look, I'm just a lover of knives. I have to personally see things. I'm basically, if something new comes out, I'd rather like see it, check it out before I buy it. And that really helped me as far as like with the pass around group. Certain brands that I've never seen before. I've actually been able to check out and see the quality that these brands have, and that's really helped me out in the long run as far as my purchases go, because I know what to look for, what not to look for now, and it's unreal. There's much more people out there that's more knowledgeable about this stuff than me. Of course, I've been collecting knives for 30 something years. I just here recently started getting into the reduce and refine part, where trying to sell off a lot of older stuff that I've been having a while, and getting in on some of these newer designs that are coming out, because there's manufacturers, or not manufacturers, but designers out there like Asher Knives.
I love them. I'm glad you mentioned them. I got to check out only the Silva. Fell in love with it, bro. Fell in love with it.
I'll send you a few.
Yeah, please.
Look, I'd have never found these people, or Justin Cotton's a really awesome guy, but I'd have never found them if I hadn't joined the Apex Pass Around, and just started learning more and more about knives. It's kind of, I guess it's not only helped me in my purchases and stuff, but it's I don't know, it's really opened me up to more brands, not just like Spyderco and stuff like that.
Benchmade, No, and what's crazy is like the Apex Pass Around group gets a lot of really good shit, man. Like they get a lot. We get a lot of good stuff, bro. Like when I've told the story before, but when Blade Banner approached me, I didn't think it was Blade Banner. I thought it was this other like page, like Blade something, that like was kind of weird, like kind of like a weird dude. Not someone that we know. It was like a one-off kind of like person that used to hit me up back in the day. And then I was like, oh yeah, I'd be down to join your group. I'm not gonna review clones or anything, or like I'm not gonna do Ganzos, even though I have some of those. And he was like, oh, this is the companies we work with, and it was like We Knives, Kaiser. I'm like, oh, I'm in. I'm sorry. I was like, I'll join right now.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
so funny. Yeah, man. They
Yeah.
get a lot of cool stuff, you know. He's definitely done a really good job of organizing us too, because I'm so
Yeah.
scatterbrained that I'll be like, oh my God, I forgot to send this out. And like he'll send me, he's like, hey bro, you gotta, you know, send a I
Yep.
take so
Yeah, no,
long to
I
send
could
knives
not.
over.
I could not do all the work he does. There's
He
no
is so
way.
good.
He just does so much, and I
Yeah.
mean, it's unreal. You know,
Yeah.
he's on. He is
Yeah.
on it,
Mhm.
100%. And man, I can't nothing but respect that. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And he designed the Solaris too, like while taking care of
Yeah,
all of us. Like what? Yeah, I that is
I
probably
actually
one
have
of
it
the
right here.
smoothest button locks right now, I think, you know? Very smooth. No
Yes.
lock stick at all. It's just really smooth.
Look, when I first seen it, just pictures and a couple videos, I was impressed because I love the design. I love the
Yeah.
forward choil. It's just something that sells me instantly on a knife,
Yeah.
pretty much. But then it had the red pivot collar, and then
Yeah.
once I got this thing in hand, I was like, oh shit. I was like, this is probably one of the nicest knives I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
And as far as not just nice looking, but
Yeah.
all around action,
Yeah.
everything about it is just sweet. I'm blown away. He
Yeah.
definitely did right by that.
Yeah, the fidget factor on that is what got me the most. I mean, that's very important to me because that's like kind of like all I do most of the time is just like flip my
Yeah.
knives, use the thumb studs, flick it open, try to do tricks with it, not drop it. Like that's like some
Mhm.
of the fun of it. You know what I mean? So and that one is like just so easy to play with, you know. Thicker than a Snickers though. That's the only thing that I have to say about it. A little thick, a little bit thick, yo, with 3 C's.
Yeah.
THICC.
Yeah. I tell you what, you
Yeah.
know, once I sat there and I was like, okay, how many ways can I open this thing? And I literally
So
sat there
many.
for like 40 minutes just figuring out, I went through the 5 finger Spidey flick challenge.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And man, I've just been nothing but impressed this night,
yeah.
100%. I
Like,
actually, I'm supposed to be sending this to D-Tom, but I actually lost a little bit of footage on another night I'm supposed
yeah,
to be sending off. So I had to re-record everything. So
yeah.
I'll be sending it out tomorrow. I'm gonna cry though. I
What
will.
what do you record with? Just your phone?
I have a Nikon camera, and
Oh, dude, you're more advanced than me, bro. I only use my
yeah, I have a
phone.
Nikon.
That's it. I only use my phone.
Yeah,
I edit on my phone. Everything is on the phone. Everything.
I
I
actually edit
yeah.
on my phone too.
What do you use to edit
I'm moving
on?
from the camera. Uh, what is it called? Uh,
Is it on
it's made
iPhone or
by
Android?
Android. It's
Oh,
by Adobe, and
oh,
not Pixaloop. Uh,
Lightroom?
no.
Oh,
Man,
it's I know what you're talking about. I've used it before.
yeah.
Shit, I can't remember it now. It's Adobe
I
something.
went blank.
Yeah, but it's on your phone though, right? Yeah, I
Yes,
use
I film. I film with the camera, then I'll put the memory card in my phone and sit there and do all the editing.
wow. That's I mean
But
that's
I used to.
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean
Oh,
that's
I
what
used
I
to produce music.
uh, people at
My
home
bad.
are gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with that? All right, you go first, yeah.
All right. Well, I used to produce music and stuff, so I'm really familiar with things like Ableton and SoundForge and Fruity Loops and all that stuff. So yeah,
You're blowing my fucking mind right now. You know that, right? Because
really.
I used to produce music too. Like I used to DJ and produce music for 10 years. And all I
Dude,
did was like live on Ableton basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
And holy
I don't
crap.
know why I stopped either. I don't know
Yeah.
why I stopped. Just one day I just stopped.
Yeah.
I played over 500-600 shows, something like that,
Wow.
and then just one
What did you
day.
play?
Oh man, I was house break beats. It
Get
just
the
depends.
fuck out of here. I would never have pegged you for that, bro. That's so crazy. That is
Yeah.
dude, you're like this level of cool right now, and you're like past the screen. That's insane. I was So like I did a lot of like I played house, I played progressive, you know, I got into the whole like complextro shit. I played dubstep. I like played a lot of the festival type stuff. I even spun at EDC, man. Like it's
Really?
crazy. Yeah, I spun at EDC. I spun at all the big clubs in New York. I went on tour in Cali. Like I did a bunch of stuff, and like here's the reason why I stopped, right? Some gigs I was making like 3 grand an hour, but
Yeah.
then like for 2 months I would get no gigs.
Yeah.
That's not good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's
And
that's
I
kind of what got, that's
yeah,
kind of what made me get away
mhm,
from it.
yeah.
I was just getting to where I had a booking agent,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
then
that's sick. Yep.
yeah, and then yeah, I don't know. Things didn't really work out with him. He was getting me gigs, but he wasn't fighting for me as far as the money side goes.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, there's certain things when you go out of town and you go play at a party, like say, I don't know, Vegas. You know,
Yeah.
there's expenses that go along with it. If you
Yeah.
only get 2, 3 grand, if you have to pay your expenses, then
Yep.
you're broke when you're coming home.
Yep.
Especially you go Vegas or
To
something like
Vegas, dude,
that.
forget it.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend 3 grand at the
Yeah.
craps table.
Yeah. The best gig I ever had, this guy is still my homie right now. His name is Guy, actually. He used to work for a company called Riot Games, and they made the game League of Legends, okay, which is one of the biggest games right now. There was a game convention called PAX East in Boston. Dude, they paid for hotel, they paid for the train ride over from New York. They paid for all the food. I got to hang out with Crystal Method all weekend. Do you know them? Dude, I was eating burgers with them and like just like eating at all these expensive restaurants. They had like company expense cards. That was the best gig I ever had. The best.
Wow,
Like it
they
was,
they put on the show.
yeah, and they paid us 3 grand.
Dude,
And
I
I
just
had,
feel was thinking about
dude, me
it.
too. I just got it too right now. I was like, but after that, like things kind of dried up. And at that time, my sister-in-law had already hooked me up with a job, like I was like a shipping manager, a logistics manager for a jewelry company, paid pretty decent, right? And it was steady. So it was really hard to like work all these hours in the office and then try to make music and then try to rush to the gig to, and then I just and then me and my partner were like fighting. And I just said like, you know what, I'm just gonna give it up. Like I think I
Yep,
was like I think I was 30 years old at the time. And then I
yep,
was like, I'm just gonna give it up. And I haven't looked back since. But I got really depressed after I did that. I didn't know it, but I
yeah,
think like my brain was just like had a need for an outlet for creativity.
yeah,
And then I found YouTube, bro.
yeah,
And YouTube
yeah,
has fulfilled that need so much more than the nightlife scene did.
yeah.
It's like,
100%.
yeah, it's
100%.
crazy. It's crazy, bro. I'm so glad that it's like
Yeah,
you know,
it,
dude, that's like a fist bump right there. That's so awesome, bro. So you know exactly like my pain, man. That's why it's crazy when you did the Daily Banger video. And like
mhm.
I was thinking that you would have thought the same thing though, because like
Oh,
when
yeah,
someone is like, that's a banger, bro, it's like that festival banger, the
exactly
big
what I thought it
big
was at
room
first.
house, bum, bum, bum.
Yep, that's exactly what I thought it was at
Me
first too.
too.
100%.
Dude, that's so funny.
100%. And
Yeah.
the thing is, I think it had a lot to do as well with my daughter being born. Once she was born, I was like more like, I have to be home. I can't be out, 3 days, 4 days a week. It's just,
Mhm.
it. I guess I got old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
that's pretty much it.
Same, man. I was like, I have to do something, like at the time that I pursued it, like I moved back home like with my mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For Asians, it's not very uncommon for that, and like my mom had a big crib,
Oh
she was
yeah.
like, yo, I was leaving a job that I was making a shitload of money in. And I was like, Mom, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna follow this DJ thing. Because at that time I was playing with all these big names. And I was like, let me just do it. Because if I don't, I'll regret it for the rest of my life that I never tried. I had a shot that most people would want. And but I had to grow up, bro. I was like, oh fuck, it's not panning out like like quick enough. And Yeah, I'm glad though, because it's kind of toxic in a way, like that life.
Yeah,
Um,
it really is.
yeah, and you know, like I'm 39 years old right now, and like this is the healthiest I've ever been. And like
Yeah,
I'm working so fucking hard, bro. Like I work 6 days a week, and then like maybe 40 plus hours or more is used on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok and Twitter. And like I'm trying to come up. Some days I'm not snappy on the reels, and like everyone expects me to be funny, you
yeah.
know. You ever feel burnout or anything like that with YouTube on your journey yet, or?
Some man, there's been certain times, that I've just been like, why am I doing this? And that's not really. I guess it's not really about the knives or me per se how I feel. It's more getting discouraged over just trying to get to that first 1,000.
Yeah.
Just I think once I get to the to being monetized, I think it will just kind of, I don't know. My OCD gets to me a lot.
Yeah.
I gotta have that. I think
Yeah.
once I make it to that 1,000, I'll probably, I
Like
don't
kind
know.
of be a little
Yeah,
easier on yourself, you think?
yeah, yeah.
You know what's
It's
funny? That it's funny you say that, because I think that's what happened to me. Like I got to a grand, and then I saw, because I'm not even monetized right now, and I could be. I have a Patreon, and that brings in some money, but honestly, like I made the Patreon for the people that really fuck with the channel the most. So I could like,
yeah,
because basically my Patreon is Kelly and me watching these like outrageous videos that we find on the internet that I could definitely not show on YouTube. And like the audience, like they follow along, and I get comments like, dude, these videos are so wild. And that's like my Patreon. It has nothing to do with knives. Like every week I have Kelly open like 4 knives, and that's for like maybe 2 minutes. The rest is just watching these videos. But as far as monetization goes, I really don't have anything. Uh but I back to the whole like perfection thing. I watched a video from this like quote unquote like YouTube guru type guy that gives advice to people, and he was like, perfection is poison on YouTube. And
yeah,
I that resonated me so heavy, because at that part of like this whole YouTube journey for me, I was like editing so much
yeah,
that a knife review was taking me like 6 to 8 hours to finish one. And I
yeah,
was like, I can't do this, I can't do this when I have homies like Metal Complex and Slicey, like posting like 7 times a week, 12 times a week. Even Nick Shabazz, he was like, my growth has always been slow and steady. But in
yeah,
the beginning, I had to post a lot more. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
When
And
first-
yeah, that's the thing. It's like I stopped cutting out so much. You know what I mean? And I by doing that, I really found myself, like my camera persona, quote unquote, or whatever. And the podcast too, like helped a little bit of people understand, like, oh, that's just how Ray talks. So yeah, just keep going, bro. Like keep going. Keep in mind, like you're gonna fuck up. If you do, rather than like going into the edit and doing something crazy, just try to be like funny about it, or your own way of kind of like just getting past it, because it'll definitely be a hindrance if you get too heavy on that.
yeah, yeah. And see, that's one thing that I'm working on myself is not, over editing and, making it to where it's just, I mean, look, like I said, a lot of people are more there to see the knives than me. I
Mhm.
suck. I just,
No,
yeah.
dude, I'm telling you, you're good. You've got your own thing going on. That's why I asked you on
Thank
here.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
There are people I've never heard of, even that are outside our Apex Pass-Around group, like Wayne Sharp World, and like this dude is putting in the work too, right? And you're doing
Yes.
the same thing, man. If you think about it, in like 5 years, right? Like gradually you are increasing, you're getting better at your YouTube craft. Like you just got to keep going. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. Appreciate
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna stick with it.
Mhm.
I'm starting to find my niche, I guess you can say. But it's I don't know. The way I started, I just kind of threw myself into it. So it was kind of a lot, to deal with it first, as far as, the different stuff I needed to do to make my channel better.
Mhm.
But now it's kind of becoming just, like like a reflex, basically, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
You know, pretty much, you know, my editing, I might spend like 30, 45 minutes editing at the most now. And
Mhm.
before, yeah, I would spend hours. I mean, it would all day, every day. And I posted every day for like 2 months straight. But
Yeah.
now I've kind of, you know, backed off and more quality than quantity, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I watched 3 of your latest videos and like it's there. You know,
Yeah,
whatever that thing is that's working for you, it's there, dude. Just keep doing
for sure.
that. When did you start seeing like an uptick in like subs, like people commenting? Like, did you change something or it just kind of just happened? Or maybe the algorithm found you? Like, what do you think happened?
Ah, man, I think it was the intro.
Yeah.
I just I think it's just that short little freaking intro right there at the beginning. Just
Mm.
I don't know. I guess it catches people's
Yeah.
attention, you know, and more than you know just me coming in, you know, hey, what's up, you know, and it kind of gives a little more substance to my videos, you know. So I really think that's what's catching people's attention, you know. As I guess a lot of people can kind of relate to it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's it, man. You know, you just put your own little like touches on it. And you know, like personality goes a long way. Like you have that though. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Like you may not, that's the thing. It's like I also didn't think that when I did my first video. And then I was like, oh fuck, I have one. You know what I mean? Like, and I
Yeah.
just like went all just go all in on yourself, whatever you feel like saying, whatever you feel like doing, and it's gonna work out. Are there any knives that you have been loving lately that you've been carrying a lot?
Yeah. This
Ooh.
one right here. This is the MKM clap by Bob
Oh.
Terzuala.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Bob Terzula. Is it Terzula? Is it Terzula? I don't know.
Something like that. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but
Yeah,
this thing has just been, I mean, this thing's awesome. I
yeah.
actually I actually was supposed to be sending this to Jared, and I had it boxed up and it fell behind my seat, and I literally just found it today. I thought I shipped it last week to him.
Oh shit. Was he like
So
expecting it? Like, hey, bro, like it didn't come.
yeah, I actually haven't reached out to him yet because I figured he had it by now. So actually, I'm actually gonna have to text him in a little bit and let
Oh
him know
snap.
that he'll be on the way. I actually opened up the box and brought it out just for the show.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome, man. Yeah,
This thing's
I've been
sweet.
showing this thing off a lot. This is the
Yeah, the
Williams
Williams,
Copenhagen Red E slip joint.
dude,
And
that thing is
I'm gonna be giving these to the group. Um Mikhail
all
sent it
right.
to me first, and he's gonna have me keep them. And he was like, "Yo, send them to the group if you want." What sucks is um, like one of them was really off-centered, right? And you can't fix it. The
Yeah.
black one is. So here's the weird thing. Okay, so the green one is really off-center. You can't really tell
Mhm.
here, but
Yeah.
and the black one is perfectly centered, right? Both of them have great action. I mean, this is like so much fun, dude.
Oh
That
yeah.
is so much freaking fun to do. But then like the black one like didn't cut that well. And I was
Really?
yeah, and then I hit him up and I was like, yo, what happened? I feel like he's here listening to me. I was like, yo, what happened? And he was like, look, they're prototypes. I think the factory like rushed it out to get it to you because it has to ship from Denmark. And he was like, just sharpen it. It's 14C28N, you know, but I'm not like a really good sharpener either.
Yeah.
So I told David, I'm like, look, I think we should just send the black one. And then if people want, they could put edges on it. It's 14C28N. It's going to be a breeze to sharpen. And then I just want people to feel the action and the ergonomics and stuff. It's a $65 slip joint with like, you're going to get 2 pocket clips with it. It's awesome. You know what I mean? It's a good deal, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's cool. You
I
know,
love
you
those
don't
fat
see
blades.
this that often. You know what I mean? Like this is crazy.
What
And
is
if you
that?
look
Like triple detent, quadruple
No,
detent?
it's a slip joint, right? So you've got the bar in the back, but then the
Uh-huh.
blade has notches in it on the top. I can't really show it to you. And those
Uh-huh.
notches catch the bar at different times. That's where you get that double like articulation thing. It's freaking smart. It that the way he did it. you know, like the pocket clip also, I think is only secured with one screw, which is like weird, but it's because there are two cutouts that go into the G10 here.
I
So
can
when
see
you
that.
take the screw out from this side, you're going to reverse it and put it on that side, and it screws in through that. So it's just, there's just a lot of cool like engineering type of things in it. You know, I mean, Mikkel Williamson is a big designer for a reason, and I think that people in the group would have fun with it. So I think this weekend I'm gonna work on the review. The Kickstarter drops this weekend, and then I think Blade Banner will make a thing for it. You know, but yeah,
Oh,
I think people in our group would have fun with it. You know what I mean? It's just like you could sharpen it too. It's mine, so just fuck with it as much as you want. You know, like just don't break it. That's the only thing. If you fuck the edge up, like make sure you put one on for the next guy, and that's it. You know, I think it'll be a good one to do. What's another knife that you've been really into lately? Oh, I wanted to ask that, since you like the finger choils and stuff like that, you like ferrum forges a lot? Is that like, yeah, that's, oh shit.
Yeah.
Sick.
It's yeah.
Whoa.
Stasa did that one right there.
Yeah,
And,
wow. Oh, is that the Stinger?
yeah, the carbon fiber.
I love that. I got to try the G10 one. Love that one, man. So
This is a sweet knife. They hit it out the park with this one.
What's your what specs are you looking for most of the time in a knife? Like what blade length? You know, what kind of scales do you like the best?
Honestly, carbon fiber is my jam. I love some carbon fiber, you know, and like the fat carbon fiber or marble carbon fiber, you know, they're doing some really great things with the carbon fiber these days. But, you know, honestly, I got to say G10.
I
G10
like
is
G10
just,
a lot now.
it just works, you know? I mean, I have no complaints. Every G10 knife I own is just, you know, it's just butter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like this, you know, para 2. It's just the basic para 2. But this is just an awesome knife, and you know, it whenever it gets wet, you know, it kind of gets a little bit more sticky. Honest, you know, my Carter does that, but this one right here, I've noticed, you know, when my hands start to sweat when I'm using it, it just, man, it's not going anywhere. And you know, I put a carbon fiber backspacer on it, but you know, that sticks up and adds a little bit more to it. But man, this is a solid knife, and I mean, you just can't go wrong with G10.
Yeah.
You know?
How about blade length? Like, what's your preferred like length?
Honestly, in between, I guess to say about 3.5. You know, I like a decent size knife sometimes, but I also love the small ones. You know, 3.5 is probably my my go-to. You know.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, yep.
Yeah, like, you know, say as far as like the Asher knives, you know, they're perfect size for me. I absolutely love them. You know, and look, they got that new one coming out, the Spiro. That thing just looks so sweet. And I think he said he got a few of the samples in this week, but they should be on sale within a couple of weeks. But that's a good looking damn knife, and it's perfect size.
Good
like
value too with Asher. Good value.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's like the Century. You know, this thing sells for what, $75?
That's crazy.
Yeah, you cannot. S35V in, you know, perfect action, reversible pocket clip, ambidextrous. It's just,
that's awesome.
And the harpoon, you know, I mean, harpoons are in right now, 100%.
Yeah. It's funny that you say like you've really been liking G10 a lot, because I had like, I guess, a breakup with titanium frame lock flippers. Like I'm just not as into them as I used to be. I don't know if there's just too many, but some of the G10 models that have coming out lately, like they fucking slap, as the young kids say, you know what I mean? Yo, like I'm like, you know, the young kids like, yo, G10 do be hitting different though. And I'm like, I'm like 40 years old trying to be like 20. It should be do be hitting different. No, but for real, like I have been liking G10 scales like more and more. since there's just been so many titanium frame lock flippers. Actually, like with the whole like Blade Chops, Lindy Lou, Neves Knives collaboration,
Hmm.
I had to really look, because I had, first of all, I had to choose one with some kind of titanium on it so that Lindy and Richie could do their thing, right? And then I had to find one that was long, of course, because you don't want to chop something that's 3 inches already. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
You,
I sent Blade Chops a couple of them because he has like certain criteria that need to be met,
yeah.
because he will chop the scale down too. That's what I
Yes.
didn't know, because when I would watch clips on his Instagram, I would be
Hmm.
like, why do they look so, like, why do they look factory?
Yeah.
I'm looking at a Chop You Jumbo 2, and I'm like, why does that look like Spyderco did it? And then he told me, he's like, oh yeah, I chopped the scales too to make everything fit. I'm like, what? And then he told me what he uses to do it. Bro, he's doing all that shit by hand, basically.
Yeah. Dude,
Insane.
he has amazing work. Like
Yeah,
one of these
insane.
new bug outs, like the chop bug out.
Yeah,
I absolutely have to have one of those. And
yeah.
then I see him post the thresher the other day. That
Yeah.
thresher looked awesome.
Yeah,
That
it just looks crazy. Like if you're hanging out with your knife buddies and like everyone's, oh, what do you got today, whatever, and then you take one of his chops out, be like, what is
yeah,
that? You know
yeah.
what I mean? Oh my god, I cannot wait, bro. I hope Blade Show 2021 happens so I could bring this crazy collab, or 0450 CF, like, and people are like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, dude, it's modded by 3
Yeah,
people.
I've been completely blown away with the
Yeah,
stuff he posts. Like
yeah,
I can't wait.
yeah.
I hope I'm able to get him something soon because
Mhm.
it's just, man,
He's such a
his work's
nice
amazing.
guy too. Nice
Yeah,
dude, kind of like an old school skater guy.
yeah.
We're on the same age. But yeah, just really chill dude too, man. I was expecting something different, but he was like, "Yo, what's up?" I'm like, "Oh shit." Yeah, very cool guy, man. What channels do you watch the most, like, recently?
Well, I actually, I watch your channel. I like Knife Junkie. He
Ah,
has some
yes.
really good shows,
Hmm.
and you know, Big Red JB.
Yep.
Watched him for a while now.
Yeah.
Metal
Such a
Complex.
cool dude.
Yeah, Slicey. But
Yeah.
another one just now coming out is Knife Whisper. He's
Oh, yeah.
yes,
Yep.
yeah. I've been watching it. He actually, where is it? He actually just sent me this week.
Oh shit. What is that?
Yeah, this is the Riot Heat Seeker, and
Whoa.
Tashi Baruka, or I don't know how to say it last name, but it's just a absolutely beautiful knife. But yeah, he has a nice little following already, and he hadn't
Yeah.
been doing it just what a couple months now, but he's a really good guy, and
Yeah.
yeah, I
I'm
think he
thinking
has a
about
little,
having him on here. Like,
yeah,
like I've been watching him. So like there are certain channels like I watch and I let him cook a little bit. You know what I mean? Because like I want to see like the longevity, right? If I see
yeah,
somebody like posting consistently, they've reached a certain threshold, they're communicating with people, and he's been starting to do that. Like
yeah,
he'll hit me up on Instagram, and I'm like, because I want to make sure like this person is one of us. You know what I mean? Like he's a knife guy. It doesn't matter if he's up and coming, he's putting in the work, he's definitely into the hobby. Then I want to give him a platform, even though I'm not like, like huge or whatever. Like I want to give him a platform to, like progress, right? And he's definitely one of the people that I've been checking out. You could tell him that.
yeah.
He's
He's a
definitely
good
one
guy.
of the
I was
people I've been.
actually,
Yeah,
yeah, I was actually talking to him right before I came on. He was like, "Man, give me a shout out." I was like, "No problem, no problem." He's a damn good guy. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he was
I'm
just like,
definitely checking him out. Yeah.
yeah, just last week he was like, "Man, I'm sending you this, by the way," and I was like, "No problem." But man, I tell
Sick,
you what,
dude.
I've been blown away by this knife. I
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
you know,
I've never tried anything by Riot. I think I did one time. They
mhm,
did a collaboration with what's his name, man? Justin something. And they did the links. It was on Mass Drop. It was
yeah,
called the links. It was like I forgot the name. I know Riot fucking manufactured it though.
Yeah, I don't think I remember the
Yeah.
link.
Yeah,
But
it was had like purple accents on it. Anyway, like that was the only kind of Riot sort of manufactured knife I've ever handled. So I was supposed to get the Tulai, I think, which is going around in the group right now. But then Kyle was like, he hit me up and it was supposed to go to me. And he was like, bro, my bad. I got COVID. I don't know if you want me to send it to you. And I was like, I asked my girl, you know, I was like, yo, like, do you think I should get it? You know, because like my lung collapsed when I was 23. So like if I get it, like I think I'll be, I don't know, I'm pretty fucking healthy, bro. You know what I mean? Like I work out like every day. I do a bunch of shit. But anyway, like it's still, you don't know how it's gonna affect you. And since I had a previous lung injury, I don't know if, so I told them to like skip me, and I said like at the end, like I'll check it out. And I felt kind of like a dick about it. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, you have cooties, like pass me. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I was supposed to check that one out. And I didn't get to, but yeah, man. The Knife Whisperer. I'm gonna talk with him. Yeah, I
good
just
guy,
had Metal
good guy.
Complex on here 2 days ago.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
yeah,
he's a good guy too.
he hit me up, and it was so funny. We were talking about food, and he was like, "Bro, have you heard of adobo seasoning? I put that shit on everything." And like I I bought it today. No, I've used it before because I'm Asian, but it was funny. That was one of the funny
Yeah,
things he said, yo. You're so crazy. Um,
I'll have to check that out.
yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna release it. I have a bunch of crazy kooky stuff I've been doing with the podcast. Like for Halloween, I'm having misheard knife reviews. And this paranormal, I don't know why I just slurred on that because of the whiskey, probably. This paranormal investigator guy come on, and we all love horror. Like Mr. Knife Reviews love. Oh, you love horror too, right? Bro,
Yes.
that just clicked with me right now. Okay, all right. So let's do this. Like what are you, is that like your genre of movies? That's like what you like to fuck with the most? Dude, I love horror,
100%.
bro. I've been watching
100%.
so much horror this month. And I never get
Yep.
tired of it. The thing with horror is like when I finish one and it hasn't filled whatever fucking void I have, like I have to watch another
Go
one.
right to the next.
Yeah, I watched like maybe 17 movies in October. There hasn't even been 17 days in October yet. Like, it's crazy.
We doubled up and tripled up on a few this.
Yeah.
Actually, we watched. I don't know. We watched like 2 last night, but
Yeah.
yeah.
What did you watch
nights,
last
so
night?
it's 2 or 3. Ghost. Grave Encounters
Oh, which one? Part 1?
Part 2.
Oh, Part 2. I
watched
like both
it.
of them.
Yeah, we watched the Part 1 the night before.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. You know, it's something about those low budget movies that they. I don't know, something about that movie right there. Just kind of, I don't know. They did a great job with it. You know, with the
They
budget
did.
were.
They did.
You know, it's like seeing that. That really goes a long way with me. You know.
Yeah, so you
But,
like watching like spooky ghost stuff the most. I mean, that's what freaks me out the most. Like none of the creature features, gore doesn't freak me out. Like people getting autopsied alive, like that does nothing to me. I like seeing it, right? I'm like, oh shit, I go like that. But when it comes to like freaky, like ghost stuff that could happen, that is what gets to me, but it doesn't get to me enough. That's the problem. The last time I got kind of freaked out, I think I was really high and I went to watch The Ring, like part 1, the American version, right? And this was like back then, like when it first came out. And I was like, oh shit, you know, like I just smoked a fat one, and then like I watched it and I was like, holy shit, this is so crazy. And that was actually one of the remakes, the rare remakes that I felt was better than the original.
Yeah,
the American
Ringu.
remake. Yeah, the Ringu is okay, but I like the American remake of The Ring, like part 1, like better than the original, which is crazy, you know? Yeah, but that's the last time I ever felt like I was looking behind to see, like, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was like the Grudge with me. You know, the Grudge.
Shit.
You know, the original was awesome, but man, it was something about that the American version when that girl head up in that closet and just looked around. That bitch was right there in her face.
Yeah.
That still gives me nightmares.
Yeah, there's, so you do watch like cinema from other like countries too, right? Like you fuck with everything.
100%.
That's really the only way to go, especially with horror. There's so much good shit like from other countries. I feel like they're bolder in some areas that America is not. You know what I mean? When it comes to gore and stuff, I feel like America goes all the way. But
Yeah.
there are certain things that like maybe the Japanese or the Koreans
Koreans.
or even like like the French have some crazy fucking horror
Yeah.
movies, bro. Like
Yeah.
Martyrs. Have you ever watched Martyrs? Dude,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy. You
Yep.
know, French, it's funny you say that. The French films seem to have like a more of an eerie tone to me, kind
Mm-hmm.
of, and man, you know, I like seeing stuff that's in subtitles and all, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes if like they have the option available for
For
English,
the dub.
English,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll do that. But sometimes it just the subtitles kind of gets to me. I'll be looking here and then looking there.
Yeah.
But
It
it doesn't.
depends if the dub is good too, because sometimes the
It's
dub is so bad that I can't,
yeah,
because like especially now, like I'm in this gauntlet of trying to get through at least one movie a day, right? And if I'm washing the dishes and I'm watching something on my tablet or on my phone, right? I can't watch a foreign movie, bro. You know?
yeah,
So I will go for the dub at that point, but some movies are just dubbed so badly that I
yeah,
can't.
yeah. So yeah, you just man, they just I don't know. They take the mystique away.
Mhm.
When they dub it like that, it's just
Yeah.
I don't know. You know,
It's like, oh my God, she hung herself. You know what I mean? Like, I can't listen to that. You know what I
yeah, 100%. That kills it for me. That kills
mean?
it for me. But if it's done right, at 100%, I'll
Hmm.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I watched what was it Train to Busan
Oh,
the other
Train to
night.
Busan.
Yeah, I watched it for the first time the other night, man, and it wasn't it was just all subtitles, but man, it was done right, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah. Dude, my bad.
But
My cat just came here for some reason. Look at this. This guy is like massive.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah, he's called a. I mean, I've had him on my podcast before. He's called a ragdoll cat, so they can get up to 15 pounds. He's not fat actually. This is their regular size. Frankie, say hello. Huh? You could pick them up whenever you want. They don't care like what you do to them. So
yeah.
yeah, came to see. Oh fuck. Oh my God, that was a first for the podcast. You've seen it here on EDCC. Cat fucks up the recording. No, I'm just kidding. No, we're good. We're good. But yeah, back to that was horrific for me right now.
It's gotta happen at least once.
Yeah. Frankie. All right. But yeah, man, when it comes to horror, like what's the last like really good, like sort of newish horror that you've watched that you want to let people know about?
Ah, last one.
Yeah. Do you watch things on DVD or do you use the streaming services most of the time, or like what do you fuck with more?
Yeah, I don't do too many DVDs anymore. I'll do
Yeah,
a lot of
same.
the streaming services.
Mhm.
It's just easier,
Yeah.
and cheaper too.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, like you, I've got a stack of DVDs back
Mhm.
there that I don't even watch anymore. And
Mhm.
the thing is with the streaming services, you press two buttons and it's there.
Yep.
You don't have to worry about scratching the discs or anything like that.
Yeah.
Uh, the last one I watched was Raw. And
Raw. Oh man, I'm trying to find like where did you watch it? You paid for it or like what happened?
I think I watched it. I think I watched it on Prime. I think it
Okay.
was.
I'm gonna look
Prime.
for that because I'm trying to find a place to stream that. Um, and I have Prime, I have Hulu, I have Netflix, I have Shudder even. So, but like I couldn't find a spot. Raw is a good one. That's where the girl is like vegetarian, and then they make her eat meat, and she starts like fucking trying to eat people. Dude,
Yes.
is it French?
Huh?
Is it French? Or is it I forgot what language.
Yeah, it was Yeah, I think it was. I
Yeah,
think it was.
it
It was
looked
just the other day.
crazy.
Yeah.
It looked crazy.
You know,
I want to watch that.
I like movies like that.
Mhm.
Sometimes they're that good. They get my attention. But I really like the James Wan. James Wan is one of my favorite directors. That dude, it's something about his movies.
Yeah.
Dead Silence. Dead Silence was crazy.
Oh, that's the ventriloquist thing?
Yes.
Oh,
Crazy.
yeah. I watched that in the theater way back. And like I remember there was that one scene where like things would be like kind of playing backwards or something. And it
Yeah.
was like really,
Yes.
crazy, crazy.
Yeah. He does an awesome job with his movies.
Yeah.
It's and like say as far as like the production companies like Blumhouse.
Yeah.
Blumhouse is like one of my favorites.
Yeah, I
And
like them.
yeah, they actually have a couple new shows out on Prime right now for Halloween. So
Seen it. Seen
really,
it. Black Box and The Lie, right?
we
Yeah.
watched Black Box last night actually.
Yeah. Yo, bugged out. Bugged out. I was like, whoa. Yeah.
Yeah,
It seemed like
that's crazy.
it seemed like a Black Mirror episode. You like Black
Yeah,
Mirror?
it
You
did.
ever watch?
Yep.
Dude,
Yep.
that's
It
the
really
one,
did.
man.
Yeah.
If you like horror or like sci-fi or something like that, or you like them all molded into one, you got to watch Black Mirror. That is like, and it's so close to reality that you're
It
like,
is.
that could be going on right now. Like,
Yeah.
we could all be on bikes trying to make money. Remember that episode where the guy is like,
That was crazy. When I first, started Black Mirror, the first episode, you're like, what the hell? Like everybody's like trying to, be liked and shit,
yeah,
And I was just like, man, that was cringy to me. I was just like, what the fuck? But it set a tone for the whole series that just, man, I enjoyed it. But what is it? Another one. It's not really horror, but sci-fi. But Raised by Wolves.
Love that show. Love. Already finished it. Love it.
Me too. Me too.
Dude, that show is so good. My mom watches it. And she's 70.
Really?
So that should tell you something. She loves it, bro. That show is so crazy.
The main guy that played in Vikings.
Yeah, Ragnar Lothbrok.
That dude is an awesome actor.
Amazing.
That dude is badass.
Amazing. He's got the same like kind of tick thing going on, like that he had in Vikings. Yes. Amazing actor, man. That whole show really took me by surprise. Because I thought that there's like fucking flies all around here. I better drink my whiskey. I thought that Lovecraft Country was gonna be the show that I would be kind of tuning into the most, which I do, right? I fucking love that show. It's crazy. Great. But Raised by Wolves like took me by surprise.
Yes.
I was like, this is insane. Like, yeah.
When that freaking that big snake, whatever, flying snake came out, that shit.
Spoiler alert, yo.
Yeah, sorry. But dude, I was just like, what the fuck? Where did that come from?
Yep.
Was not expecting that.
Yeah.
And then they ended it like that. And I'm like, oh man,
you gotta wait. You gotta wait. You know what's crazy? I saw, so in Raised by Wolves, the I don't even know his name in the show, but like Ragnar's wife, she's in a movie. Yeah, me too. My mom calls it the same thing. So she is in a movie called I think it's called From the Dark. It's an indie, right? And it's about this couple that is being terrorized by vampires and they're in this farmhouse. Dude, very well done. I liked it a lot. It's on Prime if you want to check it out. But pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool. Very well done movie. But yeah, Raised by Wolves, man, it's crazy. My mom was like, oh, the snake, it's like the big skull on the ground, in the farm. She's speaking all Filipino and shit. She's like, the snake, it's the big one. The skull that they're always playing around. It's like, that's what it is.
I was wondering what all those bones and stuff were, because they were like just, setting up camp around them. And I'm thinking the whole time, I'm like, you're setting up a camp right here. But I mean, obviously, something like that, exists in that area. I think I'd be going down to the tropical zone.
Yeah. I mean, look, this is mega spoiler alert because I've never had like a homie I could talk about this with on a podcast. So like people that do watch the show that have not finished it, you should turn it off right now. But like also like, do you remember when they analyzed the creature's DNA and they were like, they're human? Like
Yep.
what?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, right? Like what the hell is wrong with Ragnar? Like he fed him the eye and he's all like fucked up. Is he going to
Yeah.
become like a cyborg? Like we know that cybernetics can somehow become bioengineering, like because she got pregnant. So
Yeah.
what's going to happen to him? Like, is he going to become a necromancer? That's what they're called, right? Like,
You know, yeah, I was wondering, you know, because the Saul or whatever it is,
yeah.
you know, that's who he thinks is talking to him the whole time. You know, he
Yep.
thinks that he was a non-believer when
Yeah.
it first started, you know, and then like towards the end, that's why his wife left him because she don't believe, you know, and then
Yeah.
he crazy. But that's one thing that I've been wondering this whole time. Who the hell it has been talking to him, you
Yeah.
know, and controlling everybody like
Yeah.
puppets throughout this whole show? That's just, I don't know.
I think it's possible.
Everybody,
This is like my whole theory with it is that we think right now, since it's season one, that this god or whatever, Saul,
yeah.
right, is like kind of this malevolent being. But I
Mhm.
think what's going to end up happening is that voice is actually preparing them to combat something even more sinister. That's what I want to happen, actually, you know. But yeah, a lot of things could happen in that
Yeah.
show, and I think it's gonna be really good, man.
Yes.
I'm like fucking waiting, you know. I was hooked. Like I'm downloading episodes, watching them on the train. Like it's
Yep.
just a crazy show. Actually, like a guy that this dude Crispy Things with a CH. His name is Chris. He has a channel on YouTube. He reviews like knives, wallets, vinyl horror action figures, like really dope channel. Pretty big. He's like at 30K, I think, right now. He was the one that put me onto it. He was
Really?
like, yo, that show is like awesome. I'm like, what? Okay, I gotta check it out, you know. So yeah, I have not been disappointed. Did you see Get Out?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
That was good. You
yeah,
know, I
masterful.
expect
Masterful.
Jordan Peele to be that good of a director. I
I
just,
know.
you
And he's
know,
like,
and I love Key and Peele. I mean, that
yeah,
was
yeah,
just
it's so
hilarious.
funny.
But you know, I've never seen him making that transition to pretty much a full-on horror director. You know, it's
Yeah,
just, I guess he found his niche. You know, I
yeah.
mean,
He
and
was
he's
like,
good at it.
he's like, you guys think I'm a comedian? Cool story. I'm gonna go win the Oscar right now.
Yes,
You know what I mean? Like what? No, and then I
it's
haven't seen
that's
his
all.
new one though, Antebellum. Like I haven't checked it out yet. I have not. There
I
is
fell
something that he's
asleep.
working on right now. Oh, it's Lovecraft Country is his shit, right? I mean,
No, is it?
is it produced by what is it called? Monkey Paw Productions?
Yeah, yeah.
I think it
I'll
is,
have to
man.
look
I
that up.
think it's his, yeah. But that's why I really like it a lot. You know, it's just it's like every episode feels like a new like story, new
Yeah, like
monsters.
what 2 episodes ago I was not expecting
Mm.
was it the wife of the uncle, how
Yeah,
she ends up going away for like 200 years
yeah,
to planet. I mean, what the hell? You know, that kind of shit, you know, really draws me in. You know, it
yeah.
kind of, you know, it keeps me interested. And look, that episode was insane. You know, she comes in and then all of a sudden she's got some implants in her arms, and then, you know, got some, you know, 80-foot tall Shaka Khan,
Yeah,
like
I
freaking,
know. Like Diana
like,
Ross.
what?
Like,
Yeah,
dude, that
dude,
was
that was
so awesome.
crazy.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
so awesome, man. I love that. Like, I love being surprised like that. I think when a horror
yes.
does that, or a movie in general, when it does something that I can't predict, is when I love it the most. Because I've watched so many movies that I'm like,
Yeah.
I know what this is. Do you have Hulu?
Not right now.
Okay, all right.
No,
I was gonna recommend some. Like, it was a Korean flick that it's not horror, but it was like done very well.
yeah,
It's like I don't know if you ever watched that movie Hardcore Henry. It was like first person
yes,
most of it. Okay, so that was done kind of okay. It was a cool movie, but imagine a
yeah,
movie like that where they do scenes that way, but done masterfully. But because the
Yeah.
Koreans got some of the best cinematography, like right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're laying
Yeah.
down some of the best shots. And these motherfuckers can cry like on a whim. Like, and the worst actor can cry better than an American actor. Like, so there's this movie called The Villainous that I just watched with my girl, and I've been recommending it to everybody. It's so insane. It's like a hardcore Henry, like she's an assassin, like trying to start a new like crazy movie. Yeah, but yeah,
Check
man,
that out.
it's very
I'll probably end up
refreshing
using it later.
to find fucking horror people. I've been so how many have you been checking out a lot of horror like this month? Is that like what you've been doing? Are you keeping that tradition like most of us horror folks do that?
I've been, at least 2 a night so far.
Yeah.
But I watch them all the time. As fast as I can get them, I'll watch
Yeah.
them. But Halloween is just, it's in the air.
Yeah. Are you doing anything for Halloween this year? Or like, I mean, you have a kid, so like.
Yeah. I actually, I'm not sure. We usually go to a certain spot and go trick or treating and all. But this
right
year
now,
we probably stick around the house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Given everything that's going on, it pretty much, I don't know. One of the neighborhoods we go to, there's literally like thousands of people that show up. So I don't think that would be, too smart on our.
Right. Like, cause you don't know, like, it's like, that's the thing. Like, there are some people that I've ran across in the night community that are like, oh, this whole shit is fake or whatever. Right. And I'm like, no, but then like Slicey Dicey fucking got it. And they're like, no, it's just the flu. I'm like, no, that's not. Cause I got the flu this year, and it's not like that. You know what I mean? So it's just a very weird thing. I think the thing that scares me the most about this pandemic stuff is like giving it to my mom. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if I get that shit, I'm gonna be fine. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll get a cold for like 3 days and then I'm good. I just have to quarantine for a little bit. But if I ever like got my mom sick, she's like older, bro.
Yeah.
So I don't want that.
And that's, from what I know, obviously I'm no, expert about it, but the older people are the ones that it's actually killing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's scary. That, I mean, I've always talked about, preparing for a pandemic and stuff like that, but you can't prepare for something like this.
Mm-hmm.
You can, stock your house with food, buy ammunition, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But an airborne disease, it's just, you can't prepare at all for that. And one that's targeting, older people, that's just, I don't know. That's
I mean, it targets like whoever, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't know who it's gonna target because. Like I listen to a lot of podcasts and I've heard like stories from people that were like really fit. I mean, like work out like 2 hours a day, every day, doesn't miss a day, good diet, like fucking just a beast, right? And they're getting fucking really sick from it. They're like in their 30s. So I'm like, it really depends. And they haven't narrowed that down. So like, as much as I hate wearing masks, I fucking wear it, because I don't know what's going on. And that's just where I'm at with it, man. Has that affected like your work at all or anything like that?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there was 3 months or something where we just sat around the house and did nothing, it's crazy. But I mean, at that time, we really wasn't, didn't know that much about it. And, all we heard was, it's coronavirus, it spreads easily. It could be airborne and stay home. And then we were just, no problem, trying to play it smart and stay home and, keep ourselves away from all that. That's really hard on not just a person, but like families and stuff like that constantly together. And, that, I've heard of a lot of different, people and like boyfriends and girlfriends like splitting up, because they found out that they cannot constantly be around each other, and it's through the pandemic that, that caused it.
That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, like, my girl and I talked about that like the other week, and it was like I almost feel like we get along better because this happened, which is like
Yeah,
really odd. But I think the people that are kind of like meant to be together, that's what happened,
yeah,
because we ended up just like like altering our routines to kind of like match with the other person, and like my girl and I like never fight, bro. And it's just kind of weird, we're not. I think the thing is, she has her own thing, which is like she sells like succulents,
yeah,
I'm the plants and shit. Shout out to Happy Go Sucky on Instagram. That's not sexual. That's her page. Um,
yeah,
like she does that like all the time. So when she's not working at the gym, she works at Equinox. She's a personal trainer. She's doing that. Like when I got home today, she was like uploading shit on on Etsy. And since she has that, and I have YouTube and Instagram and all this stuff, like we
yeah,
kind of like have our things separate from each other, but
yeah,
then we always rendezvous in the crib somewhere to kind of just talk and chill. And I think that's really why we get along, where
yeah.
most people don't have that thing. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. Especially like, during this pandemic, everybody, just it really was a test for a lot of people,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's nothing good going to come of the pandemic, obviously, but it's uh, a lot of other things that people don't think about that has really become a problem. Finances and
Yeah.
just eh, there's a lot of bad things that come along with it, and I don't know. I just hope we get past all that bullshit here
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
It's I'm over it, but
Yeah, me too, man. I'm just like, fuck, like we got to get back to work and shit like that, which is weird to say for somebody that lives in New York City, because a lot of people
yeah,
that live here are still like really scared to go outside. And I'm like, bro, I'm outside 6 days a week. It's fine. Just be
yeah,
careful. You know what I mean? You got to go to work. You got to make money or you're going to die. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But,
exactly.
so I'm kind of on that mode right now. Again, not really the best mindset to have around here, but that's how I feel. Like the country's got to
Yeah,
open up. We got to do
yeah.
this shit or not. But dude, man, it was
Gotta
a
go. Life's
pleasure.
gotta go on.
It was a pleasure fucking having you on, bro. I hope
Appreciate it.
that you enjoyed
Appreciate
your
it.
time. It was really cool. I think we really hit a stride when we started talking about horror.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
that
We
was
can keep going if we wanted.
I know, dude. I know we could. Actually, like I wanted to let you know if you wanted to hop on Monday. I'd really love to have a few horror minds on. You could be on with me. No pressure, by the way. If you can't do it, you can't do it. We're
Yeah.
starting at 9 again. I'm gonna have Misheard Knife reviews, and I'm gonna have Crimson EDC. I think it's Crimson Fury EDC on Instagram. He does
Yeah.
like paranormal investigator shit,
That's
and
cool.
watches a lot of horror. If you want to do that, it's gonna be a horror type thing. But I think it'll be
Definitely.
cool. I think you really enjoy it being around other like horror EDC guys. You're more than welcome to join in. All right.
Count me in. Count
Yeah.
me in.
But please, everybody that's watching or watches this, subscribe to Tier 1 Gear and EDC reviews on YouTube. I think it's Tier 1 Gear reviews on Instagram, right? There's no EDC in it, I think. So just, I'm going to put the font on the bottom. Everyone subscribe to him. Really chill dude. And it's just been a pleasure, man. If there's ever anything you want to do, you want to collab on something, if you think I would be interested in a tag, although I don't do tag videos that much, let me know.
Yeah.
Hit me up on DM me on Instagram. You're more than welcome to. And just thank you, man. Thank you.
Dude, it's been a pleasure being here.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me on.
no problem. This is your boy in the NYC. It's me, Ray, and this is the EDCCP saying peace.